Hi, nice to meet you. What is your
Hello.
name?
Mhm. Nice to meet you. My name is Adolfo. I was born in Guatemala. I've been here for 9 years pretty much. And I started, school at York, just like anybody else who's coming from a different country who doesn't know English. And I had to learn English in York, which was a difficult part, but I overcame it. And I mean, I'm not as fluent, but I actually learned English.
Your English is amazing. Don't even say that. Your English is perfect. Um, did you first start studying when you came to York? You started studying English?
I did actually. So I actually did not know anything about English. I actually took some courses back in my country, but it was not like something big. I never paid attention. I did good in the classes, but I pretty much forgot everything. So I came here. I only knew like hello, how are you, and then the numbers from 1 to 5, I believe. And then it was kind of difficult because I couldn't communicate with anybody else. It was really scary to be in the classes, to go to the classes, get to know people. I wouldn't talk to anyone because I was really afraid.
Of course. How old were you when you came to York?
I was 15 when
15.
I
Okay.
got to York, yes. So it was in 2012. Yes, in 2012. Yeah, but yeah, it was 2012. So I started school like back in March. So I only took like two months of I believe it was a second semester
Mhm.
to end the year. And yeah, it was really hard at first.
I can imagine. And did you graduate from York?
I did. I graduated in 2016 because I had to take an extra semester because when I started, I didn't have any credits or anything. And since I had to start since the beginning, so some of the credits that didn't really count as towards graduating and so I had to stay like an extra semester, but actually I took the whole year, so it kind of helped me to prepare more for college, which was like my next goal. And
And
yeah,
where did you go after you graduated from York? What did you do?
pretty much, I don't know if you know Miss Oliveros, who I believe is a counselor at York. She was a big help at that time. I didn't really want to go to college because I was afraid of, not being very fluent, of being afraid of all, the transition from York to college. And I was so lost, like completely, and she was a big help. But it was pretty much like it was not as bad, and it's not as easy either. So it was like in the middle. And then so yeah, I actually joined college. Currently I'm in college right now, and I'm attending at COD right now, which is a great school, I believe. It's really cheap, and they have really a good program for, I believe, any career that you would want to try to follow.
That's perfect. What are you studying at COD?
I was like at first I wasn't like completely sure what I wanted to be, what I wanted to study. But right now I have like in mind that I want to be like a Spanish teacher. And so yeah, I was thinking also of doing ESL, like doing ESL teacher, and
Excellent.
then being a Spanish teacher. And then I was trying to follow my Mrs. O, career path, which is becoming a counselor later. But I mean that's a long path still. But right now I'm working towards being a Spanish teacher. I finished this semester with my associates in arts, and then hopefully for next semester, which will be fall, I believe, I'll start, my bachelors, and I'm really like excited about it.
Adolfo, that's awesome. That is so fantastic. Where are you going to study for your bachelor's?
I was thinking to go to Roosevelt University because I think COD has connections with that university. So I really looked into the credits that I could take at COD, and then whichever classes they didn't have at COD, I would take them at Roosevelt University, which I think is a good option.
I think it's fantastic. I got my master's in school counseling at Roosevelt. So
Oh,
it's a
that's
very
nice.
Yeah. Adolfo, can you explain to my students how many days a week you have class, or how does it work at COD with your classes?
Pretty much when you go to college, they make you choose your own schedule. So they are very flexible with classes and timing. And some teachers or some classes are offered like Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and you can do like 1 hour, depending on the class, pretty much. Or you can do like Thursdays and Tuesdays, which are like an hour and 15 minutes, I believe, per class. So it really depends on the days that you choose, but you have like a really flexible schedule, which I think is a great option since I have to pay for school, and that actually helps a lot. I started taking classes from like pretty much Tuesdays and Thursdays because I think that was the best path that I could take. I work 40 hours pretty much, or more than 40 hours, so I have a full-time job. So I have to keep a balance between, work and college and doing all my homework because college is totally different from, from high school.
Can you tell us how the classes are? Are they more difficult? Do you have more homework? Or what do you think about the classes?
I would say they are a little bit more difficult because they imply like more lecture, more reading. You have to follow like a lot of, you pretty much have to read like a whole book through the semester. And you have to really keep up with the homework because some teachers, it really depends on the teachers as well because not all teachers are the same. I would say most teachers, they give you like, they hand you out the syllabus, which is the whole course pretty much in that little package of paper sheet. And then from there you have to follow, you have to be very responsible, you have to keep up with the homework and then tests and everything and study hard because if you don't do it, nobody else will push you unless you push yourself. And then I think this is something that you have to keep on in mind, to keep up in mind if you want to continue your career to I mean if you want to follow a career in college. Hmm.
Absolutely. And you said that you work. Where do you work and how many hours a week? Did you say 40 hours a week you work?
At least I work 40 hours. I have two jobs actually, which I work. I have one job in the morning, which I work like in the mornings, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I work as a manager assistant in a Mexican restaurant.
Mhm.
And then I have a second job, where I work as a waiter, and I have a part time there, which I mean it's really good money. I mean it's hard to keep up with customers and everything, and I think it has helped me a lot, to practice my English as well, and then not to forget it actually because if you don't practice English, you forget everything. And then so yeah, so I pretty much work a balance of 30 hours in one, and then I do like 20 hours in the other, so it really depends on the day, but I won't
Sure.
say more than 40 hours.
And how do you balance studying and working at the same time? Is it difficult? Are you able to do it?
It is difficult, and actually have to be really oh, I forgot the word. Discipline. Had to be very disciplined because, like in the mornings, like Tuesdays and Thursdays, I take like at least two classes. So I do two classes, and after that, I try to do as much homework as I can. And then if I don't, finish or I have something else to do, I mean, I leave it. But next day, like let's say on Wednesday, I have the evenings free, which I also use, to finish whatever homework I didn't finish or to do any test that I didn't do on time or anything else. But yes, I have to really, keep track of my time and then the homework and then pretty much work, which I mean, work is totally different, but work keeps, takes time also. So you have to keep up with the timing and homework and all that.
Yeah. So your future plans, you're thinking of becoming a teacher and possibly a counselor?
Yes, that is my dream pretty much.
Very good. Um, what do you think is the most difficult part of going to college?
I would say paying for college and then pretty
Mhm.
much passing the classes because not only like in my case, like sometimes I struggle still with some, lessons or some lectures, which I have to read over and over. It's not like maybe it took me 1 hour, but I didn't understand anything. So I have to go over to see, to get the key points of something. So I really have to keep up track with what I'm reading and the timing that I'm using. And I think this is one of the difficult parts, as well as, paying for college, because college can be expensive too.
Yeah,
Especially if you don't
yeah.
have like a support or anything. And yeah, I think that's kind of a hard part from going to college.
And the last thing, do you have any advice for someone who wants to study after York?
Yes, of course. I would say that you really have to be focused, and then you really have to have that desire of keeping up with school. I think it's a great opportunity here in the United States. I didn't really think of me going to college at the beginning because I never saw myself, attending to college. I thought it was too expensive or too hard. But actually, no, I tried, and I really liked it. And then even though I'm going at a slow pace, it's okay, because at some point I believe it will help me, and it not only it will help me with my future, but it helps me to educate myself, and then for me to help other people. That's what I always think of going to college, of educating myself and try to help others.
That's a message. Thank you so much for talking with my students. And I wish you much, much success. I know you're going to be a great teacher. If you ever want to come back to York and visit any of our classes, you are more than welcome to come.
Thank you so much. Yes, and thank you. Appreciate your advices and everything. And you guys, keep it up, and I believe you'll do great. And yes, good luck with school.
Thank you, Adolfo. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.